In the late 1940s, wealthy industrialist Andrew Ryan began construction of the utopia of his dreams, a place where mankind was unfettered by petty morals, the hand of government, or the word of God. When first we set foot into the underwater city of Rapture over 2 years ago, we learned of its sad and destructive decline into dystopia. Now, we return to Rapture out of an unbreakable bond, a compulsive love that cannot be ignored. Despite a sometimes inconsistent and ultimately less memorable story, BioShock 2's expanded set of moral dilemmas, fun and engaging multiplayer, and improved combat mark it a sequel worthy of its name. Whether or not you've experienced Rapture before, BioShock 2 is an all-at-once, beautiful, disturbing, and powerful experience that stays with you after it's been shut off. 10 years have passed in Rapture since the events of the first game, and much has changed in the city. Andrew Ryan is gone, and in his absence, the city has fallen under the sway of the altruistic collectivist Dr. Sophia Lamb. Though Lamb lacks the charisma and larger-than-life presence of Ryan, she is a nonetheless dangerous foe with an army at her disposal and a personal stake in seeing your destruction. Her daughter Eleanor was once your little sister. That's right, you're a big daddy, one of the hulking behemoths first seen in BioShock, whose lot in life is to escort around the adorable but intensely creepy girls called Little Sisters. Waking up one day to find Eleanor missing, your only desire is to be reunited with her. For yours is a love that can kill if it is unfulfilled. Standing between you and your little sister is the family, Lamb's collective of splicers, or former citizens of Rapture whose years of abusing a genetically enhancing drug called Adam has granted them superhuman powers and a bad case of the crazies. To increase your potential and unlock new abilities, you'll need to splice up yourself. And the only way to do this is to get Adam from one of the other Little Sisters roaming around Rapture. But if the Little Sisters are the Adam Keymasters, then the Big Daddies are the Gatekeepers. And they won't part willingly with their tiny charges. You've got to put them down. With a Big Daddy eliminated, the Little Sister is left defenseless, and her fate is entirely in your hands. Each choice offers a varying degree of Adam as reward, but no matter what you choose, sooner or later, Big Sister is going to catch up with you. These former Little Sisters have been retrofitted with armor inspired by their guardians, and they are fast, powerful, and seriously pissed off at you. Much like its predecessor, BioShock 2 is slower and more methodical than your average shooter. There are often a number of ways to approach each encounter, such as going in guns blazing, hacking security cameras or sentry turrets for extra help, confusing enemies to cause infighting, and taking advantage of the environment itself. Besides the array of powerful weapons you can wield, such as the drill, the machine gun, and the spear gun, you have access to offensive genetic abilities called plasmids that let you do things like throw fireballs or zap your enemies with a fistful of lightning. This time around, you dual-wield gun and plasmid combinations to great effect, and there's a bit more emphasis on setting traps and preparing for attacks. All in all, combat in BioShock 2 feels much more natural and effective than it ever did before. Besides its 10 to 12 hour-long single-player campaign, BioShock 2 also features a surprisingly fun and entertaining story-based multiplayer mode set during the fall of Rapture. As one of a handful of pre-insanity splicers, you've joined the Sinclair Solutions Consumer Rewards program to test experimental weapons and plasmids in the war between Andrew Ryan and Atlas. Multiplayer matches generally support up to 10 players, are much faster paced than the single-player game, and are set in familiar locations such as Fort Frolic and Arcadia. The 7 game modes are BioShock takes on standard shooter multiplayer types such as Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, and Domination, with a few twists. Your rank level determines which weapons, plasmids, and gene tonics you have access to, and you earn Adam to rank up by winning matches and completing secondary objectives such as hacking turrets or taking creeper photos of the bodies of your fallen enemies for research. Big Daddies also make an appearance in certain game modes, as one of the players is transformed into an iron giant, either at random or if they happen to find a Big Daddy suit lying around. Whether or not this is your second visit to Andrew Ryan's Fallen Paradise, there is still wonder and amazement to be found in Rapture. BioShock 2's story may not be as consistent or memorable as its predecessors, but it is still a powerful and moving tale with tricky new moral quandaries and an intensely satisfying conclusion.
Once I lived a life of a millionaire, spending my money I didn't care. I carried my friends out for a good time, buying bootleg liquor, champagne and wine. When I began to fall so low, I didn't have a